Welcome back to Evil Deedz, and we are playing on Rage2 in the G mode of the events, and we are doing the Lone Warriors. So rather than during his travel, Joseph visited the Hokuto Dojo. Hey Ro, how have you been? Joseph, what are you doing here? I am sure you are not here simply for a visit. Is Kensho here? He had heard a rumor that Yuria was in love with a man named Kensho. Joseph, as a warrior, you must know what is required of one who enters the dojo of a rival style. Fighters, if you lose, you die. I wouldn't mind taking on you and Toki again, but I'm not really interested in putting my life on the line for that. I've still got too much to live for. I enjoy living my life however I see fit. You are a coward, Joseph. Perhaps, but if I win, you have nothing to complain about, right? Ro laughed and summoned Toki and the other Hokuto warriors. I don't see how that event could play out, since Kensho went with Shu and trained with when he was a boy, and then Ro turned evil. And Toki went to the Miracle City to do his doctoring thing. Joseph made the easy work of Kensho, but decided to let him live. Joseph, why didn't you kill Kensho? Joseph laughed, turned his back on Ro, and was about to leave. Unless it was not because of Yuria that you fought him. Joseph stopped in his tracks. It is not too late. Kill Kensho and take Yuria for yourself. I think I'll pass. I'm not one to take orders from somebody like you. Fighting for someone else or for a particular cause, that's not really my style. So you truly are a coward. See you, Ro. Give my regards to Kensho and Toki. Joseph left and went back to his travels. So there was a battle in between there against all three of them. On a map where you had to capture 5 bases. Like always. As Rag headed towards his castle, a man appeared. It's you, Joseph. What's with treating me like a stranger? Where's the love for your little brother, huh? Raigo was Yuri's older brother and a half brother to Joseph as well. Why are you here? I was travelling about and ended up running out of money. You got anything to eat around here? You've got this great big palace, so I'm sure you must have some food. Ah, it sure is nice having a wealthy relative. Here, this is more than good enough for the likes of you. Ragar reelected, handed over a small bag of money that Joseph opened weakly. Brother, you think this is enough to get rid of me? Joseph grinned and set off swiftly for Ragar's castle. You've got a vault around here somewhere. I think I'll go there. Wait, Joseph, down. Somebody stop him. A premonition of war. Raiga finally caught up with Joza. Darn you, can't you behave to yourself for 1 second? Well, it's been fun, Raiga. And I think I've got enough money. Now I'll be able to go out and enjoy myself for quite some time. Parties, women, haha, I can't wait. As Joza made his way out, Raiga called out to him from behind. Who knows, that money could be worthless before too long if war breaks out. War? Unfortunately, this world is accelerating along the path towards war. An age ruled by violence is sure to arrive. You should stay here, Joza. If we work together, we can keep the chaos at bay. If only for the sake of our sister Yuria. Joseph paused to think about what he had just heard. I see, so if war does come, then that means my tabs at all the local bars will be wiped clean. Thanks for the info. I think I'm gonna go have some fun. Raiga hugged his head to it in despair. Hey, don't take it so hard. That reminds me, I met the brothers of Hokuto earlier. They're really grown. I reckon they'd be willing to help you out. Raiga quickly raised his head, but Joza was nowhere to be seen. Luring Hokuto. Raiga headed to the Hokuto dojo. During times of chaos, the destiny of the star of the Long Crystal Wolf was to lead Hokuto to the battlefield in the name of the Long Wolf. He needed to see the first hand if Hokuto was truly capable of bringing order in times of chaos. Hey traveller, what is your business with this dojo? I am a martial artist from a manor school on a journey of self-discovery. I have come here after hearing rumors of the famed Hokuto Shuriken. If you do not mind, I would like to see his training methods. You do not seem to be here to cause trouble. Very well, come with me. Toki led Raiga deep into the Hokuto dojo. You're late, Toki. Forgive me, Ralph. I have brought a visitor with me. He wishes to watch us train. Ro laughed. Toki, that man is no honorary visitor. I know, however, I do not feel any hint of malice within him. Raiga was impressed by how easily the two brothers had seen through his rows. You are an uninvited guest. What is your business here? Raiga was amazed by Rao's strength and ability. He was more powerful than anything he had imagined. I wish to witness the true essence behind Hokuto Shuriken. You'll die. Toki spoke quietly and was more subtle. However, he was almost as powerful as Rao. Is that it to be my destiny? Then so be it. Meeting a man of greatness. Ro had won, or more precisely, he had survived. Out of breath, Raiga dropped to one knee as Rao approached. Neither Toki nor I gave our full effort in that fight. Your fist is too weak to ever seize the land. You should give up on fighting now while you still can. With that, Rao left. Toki put his hand on Raiga's shoulder. The style you use is Tyson Tedek Rankin. Yes, the Long Crystal Wolf will lure Hokuto to the battlefield amongst the chaos. Raiga was amazed at Toki's knowledge of the destiny of the star of the Long Crystal Wolf. You saw the future of the age within Rao. However, Rao is a man that looks to do battle against the gods themselves. He will never bring peace. The path you walk leads on into tragedy. Abandon your destiny and live your life in peace. The land is not yet in chaos. If you abandon your fists, there are still many ways to live your life. Rhaegar brushed off Toki's hand and stood up. Brushed off. Do you know a woman named Julie? Yes, of course, I know. I am Rhaegar of Ties. However, Yuri's older brother. It seems that Yuri has grown close to Hokuto. That is their destiny, just as my destiny is to guide Hokuto. Rhaegar walked past Toki and left the Hokuto dojo. Rao is a man who could serve as a source. However, it's like you say, he is too powerful if he were to make a single misstep. It seems that I do not have the time to. Rhaegar looked up as clouds gathered in the sky. He was certain that an all-out war was coming. It was only a matter of time before the apocalypse. Chaos arrives. We're halfway through. There's still 3 main character stories. The world lay in ruins after the horrors of war. The world was now ruled by violence, with Rao having declared himself Ken Ho the Conqueror. Adding to the chaos, Charles the sisters of Nantor, Ho Ha clan, proclaimed himself the Holy Emperor. It appears that the chaos has already begun. The one who can bring peace to the land is Rao, or perhaps Charles, or maybe someone else. Rhaegar needed to find someone who could bring balance back to the world. Now Rhaegar stood on the battlefield where the Nato Shuriken warriors were fighting amongst themselves. They were split into 2 fractions, those who sided with Charles and sought conquest, and those who decided peace. Now it's the time for me to see if anybody here is worthy. Rhaegar decided that he needed to experience this battle for himself. In that next battle, it has all of them on it, all the stars. Joining the Kino army. None of the warriors of Nato managed to prove themselves worthy in Rhaegar's eyes. Disappointed, Rhaegar headed for Kino, the Conqueror's castle. I knew you would come. Lend me your aid. You are one man I would be willing to allow to serve as my advisor. Rhaegar refused to bow and remained standing. Rao, you truly are a hero amongst this chaos. However, I do not know if you are the one destined to lead us. I would like to see more. If I deem you worthy, then it will be my honor to serve you. But if I deem you unfit to rule, then the new age will be ruled by the long-crested wolf himself. Is that so? The crested wolf is a lonely creature indeed. Rao nodded in approval and beckoned him to approach his throne. Come, may the eyes of the wolf see all that they need to see in order to pass judgment. This was how Rhaegar would come to serve the Kino army. A worthless man. After the apocalypse, Joseph roamed the wasteland. Yeah, get out of my way. Do you want to die? Dawn. A buggy sped past Joseph. It sucks to see guys like that having their way with this place. I feel the end of the world really is upon us. I suppose the price of alcohol is going to shoot you through the roof now. Suddenly someone tapped Joseph on the shoulder. He turned around to find a giant, grinning fat man. Excuse me, fellow traveller. Have you by chance seen a man with the 7 scars on his chest? 7 scars on his chest? No, can't say that I have. What's this guy's name? He goes by the name of Kensho. He's a worthless little man, if you ask me. If you haven't seen him, then never mind. Now if you will please excuse me. Joseph stood stunned as the giant fat man made his departure. A worthless little bugger? Kensho, you better have kept us safe. Joseph followed the buggy and the giant fat man. Hart would never use manners. In the story mode, he hits his own troops. So, it was too soft. So I'm just saying that dialogue for that guy was wrong for Hart. After taking care of Shin's men, Joseph went off to find Kensho. Kensho lay passed out in the middle of a wasteland. Seeing Kensho laying on the ground, Joseph walked on past him without even stopping. Joseph went back and picked up Kensho. You lose the most important thing in your life, and you're lying here taking a nap, and I thought I was the carefree one. Joseph carried Kensho to the nearest village and asked the villagers to look after him. Hey, you're not just going to leave this guy here, are you? That's the plan. Look after him for me, will you? You can't. Hey, come back here. Joseph started to leave the village, but stopped once more. Oh, that reminds me, if he wakes up, can you tell him something? Tell him he's too soft. Joseph then left the village. A beautiful woman's bar. So this will be Joseph. Amen. Joseph stopped by a bar during his travels, for he had heard somewhere that the barkeeper was a beautiful woman. When he entered the bar, there was no customers, only a man standing behind the counter. That's false. He met them outside. We're not open yet. I heard there was a beautiful woman working here, and all I found is this old guy. Hey, who are you calling old? Granted, I am nearing the end of my youth, but... The man's name was Ian, and he claimed to know the woman who owned the place. If they are no woman, then there's little point in sticking around. Joseph left the bar, reluctantly, only to find himself surrounded by Ian's people outside. So they mercenaries. Hey, what's the meaning of this? Are you planning to make a move on my little lady? So what if I am? Ian threw a punch, which Joseph evaded easily. Not bad. This woman that you tried so hard to protect, now you've got me interested. If I win, I want you to introduce me to her. Introductions. You're pretty tough, okay, a promise is a promise. I'll introduce you to my little lady. With that, Ian went back into the bar. Here she is. Ian came back holding a baby. Well, she's quite a lady, wouldn't you say? I know she'll grow up to be a beautiful woman. just like her mother. So the owner of this place is her mother, and you're her father? Well, I suppose you could say that. Disappointed, Joseph slumped his shoulder and tried to leave the bar. Hey, wait a minute. I've got something I'd like to ask you. What do you say we work together to help? Yeah, I don't think that's going to help us. Now, if I was a beautiful woman, where would I be? What if this beautiful woman was asking? Look at how cute she is. See ya. Annoyed, Joseph left the bar. Unable to hold back. Judah, the successor of Nanta, was abducted beautiful woman. Upon hearing this news, Joseph set out. Is Judah trying to create some kind of hayam or something? Lucky guy, here, I mean. Along the way, Joseph saw a familiar face, Ray, the successor of Nato Shu Chankan. Ray appeared to be a man weighed down by great. What's wrong, Ray? You won't get any chicks with a gloomy face like that. Arian has been kidnapped by a man with 7 scars on his chest. Really? Joseph was acquainted with Ari. Well, don't worry about it, Ray. Nobody's gonna kill a beautiful woman like Ray. She'll fetch a good price at even the most. Joseph found Ray's hand pressed up against his throat. Are you looking to die? I was just joking. Sorry, but I'm not really in the mood for jokes right now. Wait, Ray, calm down a bit. Blinded by rage, Ray attacked Joseph. Feel like a cloud. Forgive me, Joseph. My heart is complete mess right now. No, I was insensitive. I'm sorry. Joseph and Ray we collided after their fight. Joseph, will you help me look for Ray? I hear that Joda is collecting women. If you go to his city, you might find a clue. Joseph looked away to avoid eye contact with Ray. Sorry, Ray, but that's all the help I can get for you. I've given up on living for the sake of others. Joseph gazed up at the sky. I'd rather just be free like that cloud there. And Joseph left Ray and went on his way. An unpleasant birthday. Oh, man, out of time. So this will be the last event for this video. Even during the age of chaos, one village was a bountiful spring had vanished. In that village, the daughter of the village elder was being fated by the other village. Happy birthday. Her name was Maya, and she had just turned 20. However, those pleasant times would soon come to an end. An injured man limped into the village. Are you okay? Hang in there. Maria, Jordan Army. It's headed for this village. Maya had the villagers took up arms. Soon after, Jordan's forces came pouring into the village. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe or comment down below if you want to, so see you down after. And the next one will be her life is in his hands. So in a bit, I think the next one will be the end. I'm not sure. So in a bit.